Hello and welcome, gentle viewers of the YouTube world. My name is Amrita Sinha. I'm an occupational therapist and a life coach in training. This is my day 11 check in of 75 soft. And if I've just popped on your feed, a little bit of context, it is a variation of 75 hard, which is a tactical mindset challenge designed by Andy Frisella. Descriptions are in the comment section, in the description section below. A little bit of context and reminder. So, I started this as a social experiment and a personal accountability check in because I have always struggled with weight and having healthy kind of um, eating habits and emotional processing habits, if you like. I've always used food as a crutch. And since learning to manage weight, the additional component and an adulthood contribution has been alcohol. So I was struggling a lot with food and alcohol and using them as a crutch to manage my emotions and numb my emotions. Um, so a lot of context is in my first few videos. This is just a little bit of scene setting. I come on for 5, 10, 15 minutes, depending on how much my general well being is allowing me to present. And today, my health conditions, which is arthritis and fibromyalgia, kind of hit me with their secondary friend, which is features of dysautonomia. And if you are not familiar with that term, that just means that different aspects of your system, autonomic nervous system, which control your heart, blood pressure, body temperature, that kind of fluctuate for no reason. And my blood pressure tends to drop quite low, which means I lose strength and energy and just have to rest and recover and drink a lot of electrolytes and salt to bring it up. So that's been an update, but I've still managed to complete all my challenges. I had a really great start to the day. I played badminton with some friends, which has been a fantastic experience, and it reignited the sense of childhood joy and fun. So the hardest part was done at the beginning of the day, so that didn't compromise my exercise for today. And everything else was done. It was just reading and recording. So going back to the reading, I'm reading the book Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdul, and that's part of one of the challenges is about reading 10 um, pages of nonfiction book. And today we are continuing on burnout. So, yesterday we talked about overexertion burnout by overcommitting and doing too much and the solution. And today was what he calls is depletion burnout. So, not giving yourself enough rest and recovery time, or not the right kind of rest. Um, so, he talks about um, is finding enough time or space to truly recharge. And the solution is to understand how to rest in a way that energizes you. And there was a really interesting comparison he did. And I felt that was so pertinent. He did two columns of things that you do when I'm feeling drained of energy, and things I do that actually energize me are two different things. So when you reflect on it is when you get too tired, that's when you start to do mindless kind of escape, or in my case drinking alcohol, eating to make yourself feel better. um, but actually what would energize me would be shutting everything down, taking some good rest, going for a walk, finding some connections. And that reminded me, in our OT practice, we advocate about this rest and productivity, and leisure and hobbies and pursuit, and having a balance. So, having different kinds of, so you have all different kinds of engagement throughout the day. And there can be different kinds of rest. So, I'll share a resource template in there which describes what different kinds of rest can be, just if you find that helpful. So that was a really great reminder. The other thing that he reminds of um, is finding activities that fit in the calm acronym, and they stand for something that is creative, that gives you a sense of autonomy, that gives you a sense of liberation, and that helps you mellow, slow down the pace. And he describes painting as one of those activities, and cites some research around it. Um, and I guess you can kind of make your mind up about that. There's more and more research around using nature, and time spent in nature has positive impact on well-being and recovery, and just even going out and spending. And I do that a lot of times, is if I don't have a chance to go and walk, I'll just shut the screen down and go and sit in the garden and just look at the leaves, or just go out of the window and look at something green. And there is a lot of research to say that the shapes in nature cannot be replicated. So even just looking at leaves and grass and other kind of um, images, real natural images, can have profound positive benefits for your cognitive functioning and rejuvenation. Um, and then more about kind of other nature sounds and nature activities of for going for a walk and stuff like that. Most things that we know. But what he also says is all of these are active rests. And there is also a place for mindless, inactive rest, where you don't plan things, where you don't structure things, and you just let your mind wander, and just not predict and plan anything around it. In German, it's called nichts tun, doing nothing, literally doing nothing. And he kind of talks about a write off principle, giving yourself permission to do nothing. So that's the kind of summary of what stood out for me in today's book reading, what I did with myself, and kind of things that gave me joy or gave me a sense of aha moment, is what I come back and talk about, and what helped me kind of get through the day. So that was my day. If anything kind of lands with you and I've popped on your feed, please give me a like and subscribe, and connect with me, engage with me, share your experience. I will connect with you again tomorrow. Until then, bye now.